Can you hear me now? If Jesus loves everyone, then he'll love tarot as well. That's the second person that's told me to go to Jesus. I'm an omnist, like I don't denounce any faith or religion. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. How is Gemini feeling in this fourth week of May 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? Welcome in everyone. Sorry, thank you for letting me know that the mic was muted. I hadn't realised. Sometimes it goes off when I'm trying to fix it into the camera holder. Yeah, personal readings, you're very welcome to pay me on the PayPal link. You can message me using my Gmail account, but it's probably safer to go onto my TikTok channel and message me on there because I don't run out of space on there. Gmail keeps filling up. It's like I'm losing the battle. Yeah, it's the same with me, Melancholia. Like I wouldn't never like take anyone's faith away from them, but a lot of people feel very comfortable doing that. So out they go. I don't know why people can't just coexist. Some people sound like they've been brainwashed, literally. Like, are you part of a cult or what? Shintoism? Yeah, I think I've heard of Shinto, but... Is that in the Far East, like near China? If you think about it, yeah?
Just making a coffee, do you want one?
No, thanks, Dad.
Okay.
If you think about it, tarot is very closely linked to the concept of a lot of religions where you're working on yourself spiritually, you're trying to be a higher version of yourself. You have like many lives. You talk about the 3D, the 5D, you know, it's not like divorced from it at all. In like the Hindu faith, they have, is it moksha, where they like reach a state of like they're not in karmic cycles anymore, they've become like more evolved, like the most you can be. And so you just like this like all-being soul. You know. The Chinese believe that as well, like you a human. You're a spiritual person having a human existence. See, I've got distracted now. Let's focus. I could talk for hours, but it's not that tarot is ungodly. It's that some people can't handle other people believing anything different to them, which is sad, isn't it? Right, 3 cards for Gemini. I'm gonna have to crop all that out because people will kick off. It's too long an introduction. Most people don't, but the odd person's in a foul mood and goes, that's too long an introduction. So I can do like any number of spreads for a reading. It's not just the one that I do. The one I do here is a 9-card spread. It's 3 cards for how you're feeling, 3 cards for how your person's feeling, and 3 cards for the outcome. I clarify why they feel the way that they feel, get messages from them, and I get you advice from spirit. But I can do readings for health. I can do other kinds of love readings, readings about your true life's purpose. I've done readings for people's business decisions. Someone's asked me to do one. to help find someone that's missing in the family. Like, I was a bit worried about doing that because I feel a sense of responsibility, but maybe I should just try anyway. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, Gemini. Let's get on. I'm just explaining things to people in the chat. Usually with a reading, you can ask a specific question, or you can ask something general, like, you know, are they thinking about me? Like, how are their feelings right now? Or you can say, like, are we going to come back together? Like, specific questions. I think it's all, if you look at my channel description on YouTube, I think I've got it all there. I might have to tweak it. I think I'll be able to put photos on. I'll post a photo of all the questions, all the different kinds of spreads, on as like a community post. That's what I'll do. You can't put it in the description. The Magician. Okay, so that's a really nice positive card for you, Gemini. The Magician has all 4 aces. They have all the tools to succeed. So they have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, it's upright, so you don't just feel like that, you actually do have all the tools to succeed. Yeah, Kevin Hunter does really good books to help you if you're trying to learn about spirituality and tarot. His book's really good. It's like easy reading, explains all the roles of your like different people within your spirit team, and the angels linked to each of the chakras. It's just off Amazon. He's done loads of books, but I literally like had an ascension after reading that on holiday. I feel like the more you educate yourself, the more sort of accessible it is to you. You could apply that to anything, couldn't you, really? Okay, how's Gemini feeling? The world reversed. Why would we have the Magician upright, but then the world reversed? Because the world card, when that's upright, is experiencing a period of, well, it's the completion of a cycle. When it's reversed, it's like we haven't closed out a cycle. So we don't really get that. I'm just going to put another light on because it's a bit fuzzy, isn't it? One more for Gemini, please. Okay. So the Two of Pentacles is reversed. Now, when that's upright, it's looking for duality. 2 is a number, an even number. We're trying to find a balance, trying to manage priorities. It's the juggler. It's this endless, like, I need to find balance. Sometimes there's a decision that needs to be made. One thing needs to take priority. Well, there's an imbalance here. Or a decision hasn't been made, a choice hasn't been made, so no, a cycle hasn't closed out. I can't teach about the tarot now because what happens is when I don't focus on what I'm doing, the cards won't come out. Did you see how it took me like 11 minutes to get a card out for Gemini? It's because I was chatting to you. So do you know what? You can buy a beginner's tarot deck and it has the meanings around the card. So you can do card pulls for yourself. But basically, the more tarot you watch tarot readers do, you learn it like that. Because they always explain what each of the cards mean. So that's how I learned it. You can buy books about it, but you'll just pick it up by watching the readers explaining the cards, to be honest. Okay, so your person's got the Knight of Cups reversed, Gemini. So they're holding back feelings. Okay, it was nice speaking with you. The Knight of Cups, if it was upright, is someone moving towards a person and presenting their cup of emotions towards them like Romeo does for Juliet. When it's reversed, it's the opposite of that, okay? It's like, I am not going to reveal my heart to anyone. I'm not going to make myself vulnerable. The lunar eclipse. So, in ancient civilizations, the full moon would have been of great comfort, okay, to people at night time. It would have been pitch black. If you imagine ancient Egypt under the stars, you've got that glowing, beautiful moon, really pretty. It's like what the sun does for us, but at night time. When that's covered, it would bring up a lot of emotions, wouldn't it? Only momentarily, but I think it'd be quite a difficult thing. It makes everything feel a bit eerie and a bit strange, and then we're sort of relieved when it's over. You can see all this water, all this emotion. The heart's aflame there. We've got a dagger. It's very intense, isn't it? It's a card that. There's an air of unfinished business between you and another person. Maybe you refused to make a decision who you wanted because this person was closed off, or they became closed off. Let's get one more for them. The Wheel of Fortune. So they are experiencing a period of good fortune. Their life's going well, okay, outside of what's going on with you. Because if it was to be reversed, they'd be trapped in a karmic cycle and making poor decisions, and it's not like that. It's upright. So the universe has decided that they're due a period of good luck now. Okay, let's get 3 for the outcome. You seem like very separate energies, so if you were dealing with each other, there's been a really big hiatus, there's been a really big break. And they seem to be really closed off, fearful of, exposing themselves to this connection. The 3 of Swords. Ooh, the 7 of Swords. Did they find out that you were juggling them with someone else? The Moon reversed. You see, the 7 of Swords is someone who's lying, cheating, or stealing. The 3 of Swords is heartbreak, heartache. And the Moon card, when it's upright, is someone who knows that they must walk forwards anyway, even when they're afraid of the dark. It's a major arcana. It's Pisces energy. The Fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway, even when he doesn't know what's coming next. But that's reversed, so it's like refusing to walk forwards, absolutely refusing, forcing yourself to get over someone or something because, forcing yourself to get over someone because you got your heart broken. And you were juggling. You could have been trying to manage priorities like love and children or home and work and this connection, but you could have been like multi-dating or bound to someone. But I don't know if I see like that you are married because you're not as a king or a queen or an emperor or an empress. You've definitely been on a break from this person because you're not showing up as a page or a knight, someone that's observing them or moving towards them, not anything like that. It's like this is being on ice. Let's get 2 more for the outcome because they were a combination. They look really hurt, to be honest, like really closed off, but I'll dig deeper. In the challenge position, there's like, am I going to bury my head in the sand or am I going to make the decision of what I want? This is when you come out of denial, okay? This is being in denial, like, nope, not doing it, closed off body language, blindfolding yourself, not making this choice. Okay, that was in the challenge position. So I feel like I'm right that you might have been juggling this person. The 4 of Cups, yeah, like rejection. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want your love. I don't want anyone else's love. Not doing it. It looks like they're deciding to, shut up shop and come back next year, like, focus on other things. Feeling abundant in other ways, not through love. Okay, so let's get the Shadow Love Oracle and see what's gone on with them. Why have they got the Knight of Cups reversed, please? Late bloomer. Age gap or immature. Attitude out of sync, needs more time. Okay, so sometimes for me, it doesn't have to mean that someone doesn't want to settle down. It can mean that they're annoyed you don't want to, and they've, thrown the dummy out. Like, it's just, like, offensive to them that you don't want that with them. It reflects on, like, them as a person, this kind of thing. Most people, if they don't want to settle down, it's not because of you, it's they're just not in that place in their life. They don't feel like they'd have enough to offer, like, how would it tangibly work? That's often the case when you're in your 20s or late teens and you really can't stand, like, the opposite sex, because you just think, God, every time they're, like, immature, they don't want to settle down. But mostly, like, they're not set up to. Do you know what I mean? Like, financially, emotionally, they don't know how to care for themselves, let alone another person. So I don't know whether this person's immature. I don't think they are. I think that they're finding it difficult to forgive, or taking it really personally. But I don't like that phrase, because it is personal, like, it affects them directly. So of course, going to take it personally. But they think, I think they're offended, is what I'm trying to say. When it's like, more about you. Shards of love. Past trauma leave scars. Take time to heal yourself. Yeah, they could have found that this has happened before, and so they've thought, why does everyone leave me, or why does no one take me seriously as a connection? Beyond compare. Don't compare your love to anyone else. It's unique. They don't feel special. They feel like they're being overlooked. It's quite sad, actually, but completely understandable. I think everyone feels like that at some point in life, if not multiple times. Okay, so we've got hater. Enjoying the gossip, watching shit go down, doing drugs. Wow. Wow. When this person spirals, they spiral. Like, I've never had such a, like, intense clarification before. Wow. Even just that phrase, like, shards of love, past trauma leave scars. Don't compare your love to anyone else, it's unique. This person's been really struggling, like, really, really struggling. They're pissed off, like, bitter. I mean, to be honest, doing drugs would include alcohol, wouldn't it? Alcohol's a drug, so that was very common. If you go to Concert Square in Liverpool, you will see a ton of broken hearts. I shouldn't laugh. It's sad, but it used to be me. It's classic, isn't it? Do Bridget Jones get drunk and try and forget about them, cry it out, sing it out. Usually it gets worse as well. It doesn't help. It makes it worse. Oh. What's the nature of this connection, please? Gratitude. You need to be grateful for the love already present in your life to attract more of it. Yeah, I think they've got a really low self-esteem, and that's not to put shame on them. Like, it is a shame, isn't it? It's sad that this person feels like this, but you can be made to feel like that if people reject you or leave you. you know, or it never seems to go anywhere. It gets you down. And you think, God, is it me? Let's get messages from them. Something's not turned over there. I'll get it in a minute. I just want you all the time. They could be a bit, you know, if you feel like people always leave, you could get quite possessive. That could be something that, you know, is an issue with this person. They could be codependent. You are so very special. I want you, I'm afraid. These should be turned over, so I'm just gonna... I don't know why they look like that. We'll give them a chance to come out. If they're supposed to come out again, they will. Oh my God. Sex. You know, like, some people are repressed, aren't they? Like, they separate the act of lovemaking from being intimate, and they treat like sex as just sex, really. Like, a body's a body and stuff like this. Like, can you imagine how sad that is? Maybe that's how people make them feel. Oh, that's actually really sweet. Okay, so at the moment, they're really trying to repair their broken heart. And we had that down here, didn't we? Because this means, like, this is after heartbreak. You know, it's reversed because you're coming out of it, you're recovering. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. They could be a bit addicted to you. Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want with gratitude and with bliss. Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning expansion, new phase, preparing for union. It's not their fault, okay? So whether they realise it or not, they're headed for a really nice period in their life, an abundant period. The divine is working on it. Relationship ending, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So butterflies are about healing and growth, going through a really important ascension. That's really nice. I'm happy for them because that was quite heavy. If Gemini is supposed to be with this person, I don't feel that they are, but if they are, when would it happen? Obsessing over timing creates blocks around May. Yeah, because I wondered why they're showing up in your reading if there's been this long hiatus. It may be, and I wouldn't normally, like, I don't think I've ever, like, said this, but you may come back into contact just to kind of absolve yourselves of the sadness around what happened. and, you know, make peace with it. I honestly don't see like love blooming here, because there's a cycle that's not closed out. It looks like you've been juggling. This person feels shattered, they feel totally betrayed. Even if there wasn't anyone else, you didn't prioritise them, and they're just so closed off. And like, to be fair, I wouldn't advise going after them, because they need to heal. They wouldn't cope with anything right now, and they deserve like a happier life, don't they? What about then if you're supposed to meet someone new? When will that happen? When will Gemini meet someone new, someone that's not in this reading? Keep going with the flow of life. So Spirit's like basically saying you're not ready for this right now, Gemini. Okay, like you just need to live life a little bit. Maybe go into hermit mode, you know? Reflect on what your part was, what their part was, you know, why this all fell apart. Let's get you some advice, and I'll get you some angel numbers. I have support. Practice. So practice your manifestations, okay? I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. Angels, spirit guides, I know the qualities I want in a person. These are the kind of qualities that I want. You know, picture the life that you would like to have, with the kind of partner that you'd like to have. You can't name a specific person, but you can think about the qualities that are non-negotiables and get focused on what you want. Maybe you don't know what you want, and that's the issue, you know? You have to ask your angels to help as well. Like, they're not allowed to just interfere. So a lot of people don't realise that. You might be headed for, you know, like a year of like eat, pray, love, to be honest. There's worse things than that, isn't there? Exploring the world, exploring yourself, other interests, you know, stuff outside of love, crossing things off the bucket list. Inner harmony. Achieve inner harmony and stability to keep your spirit calm. There's definitely stuff about personal growth on both sides here. As I say, you may come back into contact this month, just to kind of be at peace with one another and not leave things on bad terms. You know, sometimes that doesn't involve a full-on conversation or a text. Sometimes it does, but it may be just that you run into each other and you sort of like just let it go, isn't it? Like, you don't have a go at each other, you just kind of do a half smile at each other, like that was silly, wasn't it? And, you know, and at least like you've seen each other since. Present. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. Okay, so do not be looking so far ahead. What you need to do is find harmony in the present. Okay, so that eat, pray, love stuff, turns out it's quite important, actually. Okay, take care. Oh wait, no, I need to do your angel numbers. How silly. Okay, I remembered. Spirit, have you got any advice? Any comforting words for Gemini? when I say a year, it doesn't have to be a year. It's just, significant period of time. It could be a month or two, but you could, when you sort of fulfill things that you've always wanted to do, when you actually go and do it and cross things off the bucket list and meet new people and, explore different things that you're interested in, travel, you change so quickly and you feel much more content within yourself, and it just raises your vibration. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean a year, but you just need to sort of be doing that kind of spiritual homework. Perseverance, change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, enlightenment. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever is taking over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road that you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. Swift action. It's a very similar message, isn't it? Wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, affection, inner strength, auspicious outcomes. You will enter a time of expansion, so begin taking steps towards achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. Oh, and somebody has their mind set on you. So it's like going on from what I was saying, there's also perhaps a career, a side business or side hustle that you've been thinking about or juggling, playing with the idea of that you're being urged to take action on whatever it is that your goals are. Okay, so perhaps the focus should shift away from love and be on your career, and it can be career and self-love. It doesn't have to be just one thing. Just plugging my phone in because it was on 10%. I hope it charges properly. The charger's gone really dodgy. Right, let's tidy up these cards. Okay, on to Cancer. Let's have a shuffle. Oops. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer's highest good. How is Cancer feeling in this 4th week of May 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Cancer's feeling first of all, please. The 6 of Pentacles. So you're looking for reciprocity. You just want equal give and take. Okay, so 3 pentacles from you, 3 pentacles from someone else. You know, you can see the scales are balanced here at the bottom. Pentacles are investments of time, money and energy. 6 is an even number. We just want fairness, reciprocity. Not too much to ask, you'd think. Whoops. The Hermit reversed and the 2 of Pentacles reversed. Something about this says to me, you see, if these were upright, it would be like, I've got the balance right, you know? I'm consciously aware that I need to give time to a relationship, as well as to work, as well as to home, as well as to my hobbies. If you ever met someone who's just obsessed with the gym and they go like, you know, ham on it like twice a day and everything has to revolve around the gym and they have to like never miss a day. They're counting all their calories, like they're constantly looking in the mirror and like picking up the weights. It's too much. It's too much. Okay, so like you'll get someone who just is putting too much time. You can get workaholics, you know, people who have to go for a run, they have to do it, and there's just stuff that like people just have to do, you know, when everything else has to like mold around it or work around it or just wait. And we've all got stuff like that, but this is the juggler. This is, you know, trying to get balance, duality, fairness. Again, it's about balance, reciprocity, duality. But with that Hermit reverse, see, in the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realizes that he must walk this journey alone. The answers lie within him. You know, he's not going to find the light in another place or with another person. He has to look within. The only reason you kind of talk to other people about your relationship because you want them to just listen. Okay, it's not because they've got the answers or, you know, they know what you want or they know what you need. You know what you want, you know what you need, and you know what your part of things was. So you might find that you really want balance, reciprocity. However, maybe there's something you're not kind of realizing about your own actions, your own life balance, like whether it's a work-life balance or, you know, something that this person may have just found difficult, like, you know, and there will be someone that loves you just as you are. However, we all need to work on ourselves a little bit and kind of have some reflection time, and that's what hermit mode is. It's the major arcana for Virgo as well. So you could have Virgo in your chart, but I feel like the message is like reflect on what went down and how it went down, and maybe see if there's anything you could shift or change to like create the right environment for a relationship. I once went out with someone who was, senior leadership in a school. He never had any time for a relationship. He had to stay at home. That was uncared for. He's obsessed with the job, not taking care of his health. He was dropping the ball in like many different directions. He had like 1 hour a week for time with me. And I was like, are you joking? It's actually insulting to think that you think a person's just going to look after themselves and please themselves, and nothing can be cared for like that. Not an animal, not a plant. Things don't just do themselves. They involve responsibility, being taken care of. You don't want to ever reflect to someone that they don't matter. That's child abuse if that's a child. It's neglect in a relationship. If you neglect the other person and you don't reflect to them what they're worth to you, you're going to do a lot of damage. So a sane person is going to say, I can't live like this. I'm not doing it. You haven't got time for a relationship. You haven't got time for, a healthy, loving connection. Maybe they don't know what one is, or they just thought you'd work around them because, but I don't know, like, I'm not someone that gives up on stuff easily, but I was genuinely like in tears because I just thought that's really offensive. Like, and I had stuff that I was going through myself, and I thought, you're not able to take care of me, like, not at all. And I was worrying about him, buying him like special foods for his health, and like, really trying to sort of, try to help, but it was like a disaster. It's like swimming against the tide, so it was dead painful actually, but we just parted ways because it just wasn't working. I'm not saying I'm perfect either, but there's healthy ways of living and there's unhealthy ways of living, and that was unhealthy. It was insanity for them to try and have a relationship as well. I don't mind having a hyper-productive period in your life, like a year of just, doing a full-time job and a course, or like a full-time job and a part-time job, but you should never do that every year of your life. And it's not really going to work to have a relationship to do that at the same time, unless it's an already established one. But even then, it's going to show strain, isn't it? So it's like, I don't know, it's strange. Okay, so we've got the Lovers, that's the major arcana for Gemini, along with the Ten of Swords, and both in the challenge position. Now, the Ten of Swords is, well, 10 is the end of a cycle. If they were both to be upright, love has been an extremely difficult topic for you, Cancer. It's been impossible, okay? It's been problem after problem, block after block, challenge after challenge. And I really think you're missing having a special someone. If they were both reversed, it would be like, right, I'm having an eat, pray, love year, and I'm not thinking about love, and I don't need love. I'm dropping the burdens, and I don't need to find my divine counterpart this year. Do you know what I mean? So, like, this is the challenge, isn't it? It's like, am I going to let this, like, plague me? Is this going to be the monkey on my back? Or am I just going to, say, fuck it, chuck it in the fuck it bucket and move on? Like, I haven't got to have all the answers right now. You know what's really liberating is when you stop putting a deadline on love. When you stop putting a deadline on marriage. Stop putting a deadline on when you're going to have children. Stop putting a deadline on stuff, because you make yourself miserable. Honestly. Would you rather... I know so many people that have moved in with someone they shouldn't have, and guess what? It's harder to sort out when you do that. Better to wait. Take it slow. Don't be jumping onto a mortgage with someone that you're just infatuated with. Don't be having a baby with someone who you're just infatuated with. Because guess what? It's not easy to undo, is it? It's all a game of snakes and ladders at the end of the day. It's a slippery slope down, you know? Okay, so the one that you're either thinking about dealing with or manifesting in is a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is very seductive, very good looking. It's Sagittarius energy. Okay, a queen is someone who's very responsible, very confident, assertive, goal-driven, action-orientated, solar plexus is activated. They'll be looking good while they do all of this. So there's a Queen of Wands on the scene, but we don't know. Maybe that's someone that's coming in the future, and they're upright, so they're happy, they're confident, they're a good provider as well. If ambition's your bag, then you're going to be bringing home the bacon, aren't you? So I think this is someone that's coming in the future, to get them presenting like that without any other cards in the combo. The setting sun. This person has experienced like a really good time in their life. When the sun is at its highest point, that's the midday sun, and people feel really good in the height of summer, don't they? They feel abundant, they feel grateful. This person feels abundant and they feel grateful. They know that they're lucky. They know that they have a very good life. Look at all these sunflowers. There's such a sense of vitality. They literally come across like super successful, super confident, but grateful with it. That's really nice energy, isn't it? It's really warm. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Now, fire signs need water and earth to cool them off, because they don't know when to stop, when to calm down, when to slow down. Yeah, they enjoy to get grounded with earth signs and water signs. Opposite personalities, they make sense, they balance each other. The Eight of Pentacles. Surprise, surprise, this person is going through a period of growth and expansion. They could be coming, to the end of that, with it being the setting sun. But they're busy, 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 so they could have their own business. They could be very high up in an organisation. They could run a charity. They could... They could be taking on courses or, expanding their skill set somehow. Because they're not the Nine of Pentacles, they're not the Ten of Pentacles, they're the Eight of Pentacles. So they're working their arse off. They're busy doing something, but then all fire signs usually are. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. Holy moly, we've got the Emperor. And the Nine of Swords, why? That looks really sad. It looks like he's offering something to her and she's crying her eyes out. The Emperor's upright, however, been through a lot of pain. Now you had the Ten of Swords. Oops, sorry. I don't feel like it's this person that's in pain. They're showing up really solid and steady and, like, you know, focused, driven. It has to be you. You must be the Emperor. It's like you've got hella responsibility in your life and you're not allowed to show how you really feel. Do you know, like, a doctor can't be, like, crying at their desk when you walk in for your appointment? A ship's captain can't be running around with their hands in the air screaming, you know, if they need to direct a ship and, you know, there's a storm coming up. Like, you have to be cool, calm, and collected. So I feel like you have, you know, the Empress, the highest status in the tarot deck, same as the Empress, but an Emperor in particular has a lot of responsibility, whether you're male or female. They're running an empire. They're not even a king, they're like 4 kings together running an empire. And yet everything that's here, depicted here, is what's going in inside, behind the scenes. That's classic Cancerian energy, that. You know, like, no one can know what I feel like. No one can know that I'm experiencing all this hurt, that I've got all these worries. No one must know. Thank you for the likes, thank you. The Four of Swords. Much needed respite. Do you know what, Cancer? I feel like you need a holiday. I really do. You know, you almost closed out a cycle and then you went back into it. All these swords, like, put the swords down. Just lie down and rest. You know? Give your brain a rest. Give your heart a rest. You need to genuinely have loads of fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. We've got the Empress now. What is going on? So we've got an Emperor that's, like, just full of anxiety and pain. And now we've got an Empress who's, like, lost a load of money, or there was some sort of opportunity that they were supposed to have and it's fallen through at the last minute. Or that's, oh my god, like, on your side it's all swords, right, with the Emperor, and then on their side it's all pentacles and you've got the Empress. Both the Aries reading that I did this morning and the Taurus reading in the last week's read, they both got the Emperor and the Empress. I feel like another sign did as well. I mean, an Ace of Pentacles, if it was upright, would be, you know, getting an approval for a loan from the bank, or getting a promotion in work that you've gone in for, or it's some kind of hard work that a person's done that's met by the universe and they help to reward you. You know, it doesn't just fall on your lap. So, unfortunately, I feel like the Empress really tried to get something done here. Oh my god, this is so nice because you're literally made for each other and you're not aware of each other yet. See, when's this going to come in? You have no idea that this is on its way to you. You've got an Empress on their way to you. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Like, this is your divine counterpart, guys. They're as accomplished as you. They have as much responsibility as you. When's this going to come in for Cancer, please? When will the Emperor meet the Empress? Create space for it to happen sooner. I mean, it's in the outcome for next week. What is going on? You know what you need to do, looking at this, is you need to, like, have some fun. And you need to let go of... You need to heal from whatever's, like, gone down. You need to release that. If you're holding grudges or you're left feeling shit about yourself, you need to go and have a fling with someone really hot and realise that you've got it going on. Because something's left you really, like, low vibrational. And when you pick your vibrations up, this is going to come in for you. But it's not going to happen until you do that. So whatever you need to do... I'm not saying use anyone. I'm saying, like, there's people out there that are just, like, they would be more than happy to have fun with you and make you feel sexy and make you feel a kind of way. And they'd be very honest about that at the beginning. And no one needs to break any hearts or confuse anyone or trick anyone. You know, we're all adults here. It just involves having a conversation, doesn't it, at the beginning? But you don't want to go back through the swords. You want to come out of that. You want to complete that cycle and let it go. So I suggest you just have a week of, you know, sitting thinking, what are the fun things that I can plan in for myself over the coming months, because I deserve to be happy. What are a couple of things that I've always wanted to do that I've never done. And if you've got a go-to person that you enjoy having sexy time with, I suggest you have a hookup, because you need to get your groove back, Cancer. You need to get your groove back. You've got something really good waiting to come in here. And I'm not one for making people feel responsible for why they haven't met someone yet. But this is like, you can't miss it. There's nothing you can do to not have it, but it'll come in more quickly if you like, I don't need to do that because this isn't an existing connection. I don't need to get messages from them because it's not an existing connection. I don't need to clarify because they don't look like they've got any issues. They don't look like they've got any issues, and I never say that. It's always someone with pure issues. So I'm just going to get you advice. I'm just going to get you some advice, okay? It's not a competition, okay? So stop putting pressure on yourself. It's not about when you get married or how many kids you have or when you have them. It's the fact that you're doing it with the right person, okay? Clarity of mind. Be clear about what you want. What kind of person do you want? What qualities do you want them to have? You know, what is just an absolute non-negotiable, and what would we like to find in someone? what are all the things that you would like to spend time doing with this person? Okay, because there was something in there. I'm sure there was something in there about like reciprocity and like needing to do hermit work, shadow work, self-reflection. Are you creating a sort of high vibrational environment or a hostile environment? Are you giving this the time that it needs? Have you got time for a relationship? Or are you making yourself so busy that you would barely you'd be like ships that pass in the night? Like, really think about it, okay? And create a lifestyle where you can, nurture a relationship, a healthy one. Put yourself around people who are into the things that you're into, okay? Right, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's get some more cards. Confidence and courage. Face life's adventures and challenges bravely with confidence and with courage. Okay, so give off that you're happy, show all of those beautiful white teeth that you've got. Stand up straight, but also have a jolly good flirt as well. Being serious all the time will put people off, okay? So make sure that you're having a laugh, a flirt, and being jovial. Always compliment other people as well. That shows confidence when you compliment others. People who are unconfident will hold back compliments, okay? Energy harmonization. Align your chakras to harmonize energy, achieve vibrational balance. There's a lot about balance here and clearing your minds. You might want to try some things like sound baths, yoga, anything where it's like a group environment and everyone's tuning in and getting onto the frequency, and you experience a state of euphoria. Another way that's happened for me is when I went to, this will make you laugh, but I went to Gay Pride, and I felt euphoric, because everyone was just felt like really happy, high vibrational. I'd not had a drop to drink, but it was just like the sense of community, everyone coming together in large numbers, feeling safe, feeling happy, feeling like they're free to be themselves. Like, I don't know, it was just really, really nice. It was like such a good vibe. And I definitely felt like high off it. I felt high. Like, it was really, really good. Better than any drug or alcohol. Really, really good. But sound baths, look those up and see if there's any you can go to. Because I really feel like you need to reset. You need like a reset, like an emotional reset. You need to feel safe. You need to feel calm. And I think there's so much going on inside, and you're so used to hiding that. It's become like second nature. It's okay to have a bit of stuff on your mind, but you don't want to be plagued by it, and you don't want to detach from your own emotions. That's not cool. Yeah, look, breathe. It's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. If I'm feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I'm free to gently stretch and open my eyes feeling refreshed. I'm telling you now, you need to get some stuff booked in to like really work on clearing out negative energy, negative thoughts. Do some cognitive behavioral therapy where you say positive affirmations. I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. You know, get yourself some Palo Santo. If you don't want to burn it, you can get the essential oil drops and put it in a diffuser, or you just leave it open, you know, leave the jar open on your desk. But you need to really work on what's best for you, your spiritual well-being. Definitely. It's your chakras are going to be all clogged, right? Your chakras. Where's my card? When these get clogged up, I'm holding it upside down on purpose because this is your root chakra and they go up to the top of your head in that order. Each one relies on the next. These rely on this first one spinning. And if you get into a fight or flight mood, your body's going to tell yourself, I'm not safe. And you're going to be holding your like sphincter like that, like tight, because you're going to feel like you're not safe. Okay, so you need to do things to really calm yourself down and relax. When you don't feel safe and secure in the 3D, like financially, you get anxiety. When you feel stressed in work, you get anxiety. Everything makes you uptight, on edge. You know, you don't feel safe. You worry that you're an imposter in your own job. You worry that people are judging you for not being married yet. You worry that, you know, you don't look good for your age, or like, you know, for goodness sake, if we spend our lives worrying, we don't feel sexy, and we will struggle with reproduction. We won't feel confident, you know, and we won't be assertive, or we might lash out on people. We won't have an open heart space. And this is where you're at. You've got grudges. You're pissed off with how things went, okay? And it's time to let it go. That person didn't know what they were doing, okay? They're as lost now as they ever were. And you don't want someone that wasn't right for you, or that doesn't know whether you're right for them. You don't want it. Be glad to be out of it, okay? But hold loving space in your heart for people who are, you know, clearly confused. The only people who you should never forgive are narcissists, okay? But if this person wasn't a full-blown narcissist, then they deserve to have some sort of forgiveness, okay? Even if it's unconditional love and you never want to see them again. Just to think it's someone's baby, okay? And maybe it wasn't malicious, but, you know, they've screwed me over. The throat chakra, you know, talk to people about how you're feeling. If it's not usual for you, Cancer, to actually talk about what's gone on with you, or you tell a couple of people, but you could do with confiding in maybe some other people and having more opportunities to express what's happened, to open up and trust people with your own vulnerability. That's when you'll get to these like really nice places of spirituality, trust in the divine, you know, be at one with spirit. You've got to like sort these things out before you can get to here. Because the chakras get clogged up, you know, and then they stop turning. They're like cogs that turn, and they operate each other like that, dependent on one another. Do you know what? I might get you a crystal, actually. I just feel like you need it. Oh my god, talk about a reset. Limitless potential, reset, relaxation, unknown surrender, finish line, success, victory. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there is no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension and relax, Cancer. Relax. Right, I'm going to pull you a crystal as well. Because these ones are linked to the chakras. Right, let's move these out the way because it's clogging up your advice. Oh my god, this is like coming together so well. God, the only problem with these cards is I can't read them because the font's like italic and it's dead thin. Is it carnelian? I think it's carnelian. It is, isn't it? Carnelian. There you go. So that is the sacral chakra because it's orange. It's between your hips. It's your sense of vitality. It's all about being merciful, giving in to, like tension and just let it all go. Oh my god, is that your sign? It is, isn't it? Or am I getting mixed up with Pisces? No, that is Cancer, isn't it? You know that constellation at the top? Oh my god. This is where like I completely panic and doubt myself. No, because Pisces is like the X shape. It's not Pisces. It is Cancer, isn't it? That's freaky. That's freaky. And then look at this one. Citrine. Solar plexus, confidence. Okay, so I told you, got to work on your sacral chakra first, and then you can work on your solar plexus. Okay, so gain confidence in yourself by letting go of fear, letting go of tension, because that's what's clogging up your root chakra. Okay, so you release the root chakra, you allow it to spin, you know that you're safe. Don't dramatize or catastrophize anything to do with money, security, the future, because that's when you start to lose all of this. Vitality and prosperity. Is that Aries? Right, I'm gonna get I'm gonna find them in this deck because these tell you more about the crystals. Okay, so it was carnelian and citrine, wasn't it? There's citrine. Most of the time I find them, the odd time I've not. They're totally different decks, to be honest, but they seem to cross over quite well. Carnelian. I haven't done this for so long. I didn't get these crystal ones out for so long. Will it be here? There it is. Yay! Okay, let's have a read. So carnelian, oh my god, the text is like size 2. So the true colour is like this. I like these because it's more like a true depiction of the crystal, okay? So it's really, really... Reminds me of like salmon, like smoked salmon. A cherry red. I can't even pronounce that. Shelstony, what's that? Oh my god, that's so embarrassing if it's pronounced a different way. It's almost certainly pronounced a different way, please forgive me. Used by ancient Romans in signet rings, wax doesn't stick to it. And by modern folk to ward off insecurities. Oh my god, that goes so well. No, that's freaky. Because you're supposed to be working on your insecurities. Stop it. I love this. I love spirit. Carnelian's fiery energy helps spin us out of fearful thought I'm sorry. This is weird and it's cool and it's good. Fearful thought cycles and into action. Who needs it? The understimulated. Anybody looking to get acquainted with their fears? Hello, fear. My name is. We have some beautiful work to do together now. Shut the fuck up and let's do this. That's brilliant. I wasn't expecting that. Where to put it? Wherever you want to inject some passion and confidence. You could wear it near your palate or your pelvis. Ooh, go for the pelvis. Have it in a belt. When to use it, when you find... Or you could put it on your wrist, couldn't you? And then it'd be next to your pelvis. When your hand's by your side, I mean. When to use it, when you find your creativity or sex drive on sleep mode. Go with your gut. That's the final message. There you go. Love that. Carnelian. Okay, let's have a look at citrine. See, that's what citrine looks like. It's almost clear, but it's got like a yellow tint to it. What is it? A must-have from wannabe makers of art. How noble. And money. How gauche. Citrine is a pale gold to smoky brown quartz. Those candy yellow citrines you find at shops are actually heat-treated amethyst, which is another beast altogether. Who needs it? Anyone with a big idea or a big dream? Probably you. Where to put it? Wherever you set intentions. Placing some citrine in your pocket each morning makes an energetic statement like greatness is out there and I'm coming for it. When to use it? When it's time to really get on your grind and start creating the tomorrow of your dreams today. Manifest your masterpiece. Oh my God, I love that. I think I did buy some crystals. I have got citrine somewhere. I can't even tell you where I've put it. I'm gonna get it because that's gonna annoy me if I don't. Hang on. It's that one. See, like how mine's like very yellow. That's probably the false one, isn't it? That's probably the false one. Yeah, I used to keep crystals on my cards to that's opalite, which attracts abundance. You can get these as well, like necklaces and stuff that have a bit of everything, or bracelets. Oh my goodness, everything's tangled. You can get these bracelets, you know, with a bit of everything on. Right, I'm gonna have to... Well, that... I'm happy I did that though, because I've not had the crystals out in a while. Rose quartz is good for like resetting your tarot decks if you want to put that on your tarot deck. And this black one wards off like evil. People that mean you harm. It's kind of shaped like a weapon, to be honest. I'm probably telling you stuff that you already know, but Okay, so if you see this number, it's a little sign from the universe, okay, that you are in need of a reset. So anytime you think, oh no, we mustn't do that or shouldn't do that, fucking do it. Get some shots down your neck tonight. Ring up your go-to guy or your go-to girl. As you have got a divine counterpart just awaiting. Look, it's like you don't even know you exist. The two of you. You need to chill out. Isn't that freaky though? I've got like about 12 different decks out. And the crystal decks even like match what was in the oracle, and they match what was in, you know, the spread from the tarot. Like, this is why I love, like, you could literally, there's infinite possibilities with decks, oracle decks, tarot decks, crystal decks, and you'll get messages that combine together, and then you like, you know, it's not an accident. You know, like, someone is next to me, like, pulling these cards for you, like, trying to help you. Okay, so we need to say bye-bye to Cancer, and we're going to go on to Leo. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh my god, I need to tidy my room. Not cool. I'm a creative, okay? That's why it's messy. Okay. We'll shuffle the deck. What's my sister asking? Could you get Nathan to training Tuesday? Or do you have pottery? Okay. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Leo's highest good. How is Leo feeling in this 4th week of May 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for Leo. How's Leo feeling? Have you got feels for someone, Leo? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups upright, okay? Look at all these waterfalls in the background, hanging waterfalls. That's very geographical, isn't it? That's beautiful. You've got feels for someone. You are either falling in love with someone that you're dating, or you think that you could fall in love with someone. I feel really hot, actually. It was cold earlier, but... I'm just taking my jumper off. It's that Leo energy. The King of Swords. Oh my goodness. Leo, it's not like you to show up in this energy. So this is a card of strategy. You know, think of a chessboard like this is someone that thinks things through a lot and then takes action. It's very un-Leo. It's not Leo-like behaviour. It's air sign behaviour, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, to intellectualise, to strategise, to wait, to strike, you know, when the moment's just right. I mean, Leo is a lion, Leo pounces, but Leo doesn't wait long, you know. Leos are spontaneous, they're confident, they're almost arrogant, you know. It's a done deal when a Leo likes someone that they're going to get them. They just know, you know, because they're pretty or they're handsome or they're confident, they're assertive, they just go for it straight away. This is not going for it straight away. This is like... The Knight of Cups is a very slow energy. It's like... he's taking his time, he or she is taking their time with that cup because they don't want to spill a drop. This is for the person that they love, okay? The person that they've begun to have feelings for. You want to go steady with someone. You don't want to hurt them. You want them to know that you want to be exclusive with them. You don't know about the future, but for right now, you know, you just like this person and no one else, and you want to have them and you must have them. I'll just make a bit more room. What's going on? Did you already try to approach this person and it didn't work? What happened? Either you had loss or defeat at the last minute because the chariot, you know, crashed, or you chickened out and you, like, you know, slammed on the brakes and went into reverse about telling this person that you were falling in love with them. You know what I always do? I always wait till the other person says it first. I know that's really childish, but it's like... Oh my God, the thought of saying it and they don't feel like that. I've had that happen and it's horrific. So, I mean, to be honest, you can tell when people, well, you can tell when it's going that way, can't you? If this hasn't happened yet, it may, it may happen soon. This is being in love. This Ace of Cups is being completely head over heels in love with someone. But it's like you don't want to say it. This is the major arcana for Cancer. These are really nice cards, aren't they? I love them. Look at the night sky in the back there. I think you're scared to tell this person how you feel. You don't want it to be a disaster. Maybe you were like, yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm definitely going to say it. And then you just didn't, like, and they're like, what did you want to say? And you're like, nothing. Your hair looks nice today, kind of thing. I'm saying stuff like that because with the Knight of Cups, it's like someone you've recently started seeing. It's not, a Four of Wands situation. It's not like we're living together. It's not a Ten of Cups situation. It's not a Six of Cups situation. This is like early days. Yeah. But you might be showing up as a King of Swords because maybe you own a home by yourself, or maybe have children and you're a single parent, or maybe you have a job with a lot of responsibility. Okay, because this is a very responsible person, very intelligent person. King of Swords energy. But it's when you put logic over love. Let's see how they're feeling. Okay, so in the challenge position, we've got the Hierophant. Now, excuse me. Both of these cards came out in your last reading. I am 100%. The King of Cups, the Rising Sun, the High Priestess. If they were all this way, the Hierophant and the King of Cups and the Rising Sun would be all happy, but the High Priestess would be reversed, so they would feel like they're going against their better judgment, or their intuition's blocked. The intuition's blocked, they're not sure if it's fated or not, but they're starting to feel really good about this. They feel secure, they feel happy, they feel balanced. Look how cute this is. It's like, it looks like seashells. And you've got dolphins, like, this is a very balanced person. They're very empathetic, very calm, very caring, compassionate. And the Hierophant, you got the Major for Taurus here. But why is the intuition blocked? Are you dealing with the Taurus? Oops. I've pushed it too far with the pampas. Sorry, I didn't explain what the Rising Sun card is. Like, the Rising Sun becomes the midday sun at its highest point, and then it becomes the setting sun. So this is like, I've started to feel really, really good about the situation. It's at the beginning, you know, when the sun's just coming up. So perhaps they'll be, oh yeah, that makes sense now I've talked it through. They're becoming illuminated about a situation, but it might be like, you know, they've quite only just recently started to develop feelings or realise that, you know, they actually have feelings like this. Or they're just starting to be in a really happy phase of their life where they feel really calm and secure, but they don't really know why. They don't have to be Taurus. They could be someone who's a teacher for a living, a lecturer, a professor, a mentor of some kind, a counsellor. They could teach a trade. They could just be that person that everyone goes to for advice. You know, it's the Hierophant is the teacher. So this person has experienced a lot in their life and they're very happy to listen to others and talk to others about what they've gone through. It's a very open person because, you know, they want to help people through their tougher times. We've got the Hermit reversed. So either someone's coming out of Hermit energy or they need to do some Hermit work. They seem very balanced, so maybe they've finished their Hermit work. You'll know who this is if you're thinking about someone that seems to not be dating anyone. They seem to be, you know, they're seeing friends, they're seeing family, but they're mostly working and they're just staying out of trouble. You know, they're not getting involved with people romantically. Because in the story of the Major Arcana, and this is the Major Arcana for Virgo, the Fool realises that he must walk this journey alone. The answers lie within him. Only he knows what went wrong in his relationship. Only he knows how he feels about it now that it's over. You know, only he knows, like, what his part of things were and what the other person's part of things was. No one else knows that. It's shadow work. It's time, like, you being a hermit is like, you know, you're in your shell, kind of like drape shut, not answering, you know, too many calls from people, like the spiritual homework, keeping to yourself. For good reason, for very good reason, because you've been through a lot. You need to recover and reflect and process what's gone on. So they've now got, yeah, so this is really healthy. So I think they've finished hermit work because now they've got the Four of Cups reversed. If that was upright, they'd be rejecting offers from other people. However, now they're becoming open to the idea of being in love once again. It's a new moon. It's the start of a new cycle. Okay, what's done is done. We're starting to feel optimistic. We're starting to feel abundant. You know, big, feelings of gratitude. And we've got the Hanged Man, so they're open to seeing things from another perspective. Okay, so this person's like, they're looking good, they're feeling good because they've done a lot of spiritual homework. They don't need anyone else, you know, but it's not because they're being bitter or they've got grudges or they're being prickly. It's because they've healed and they've taken the time to do it. Right, in the outcome, we've got the Five of Cups and the Two of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Five of Cups is really sad, actually. You can see that this one is depressed, you know, it's not a good vibe in this card, like 3 cups are spilled, and the swan's focused on, you know, what's happened in the past, the love that's gone. The swan is not seeing the cups that are full, that are upright. It's very much focused on the past. It's grief, sadness, loss, regret. The 2 of Pentacles, if it was upright, is someone who's trying to strive for balance, like maybe a choice needs to be made, or we're trying to prioritize different needs, or we need to make a choice, make a decision between 2 things. I think someone's very regretful here about how things went down. They feel like they dropped the ball, and what's done is done, and there's no going back. They're literally grieving for the loss of a connection, but I think they feel that they're responsible for that. But where does that come in? Who's grieving? I need to move back a little bit because you can't see the cards. Maybe you feel like you never told them how you felt, so you've missed your opportunity, because we have got the Chariot overturned. And look at all this emotion, because they just seem happy and balanced and carefree. They're not plagued by anything. You look plagued by, you look like you've got all these feelings in a good way, but then it's like distress at like maybe a missed opportunity, because maybe you were juggling people or priorities. I don't know. But I think it's your vibe, actually. The 9 of Pentacles reversed. The 9 of Pentacles, when it's upright, is someone that wants to be single. They're abundant by themselves, you know, financially, love-wise. In a practical sense, they have it all, and they don't need to be 10 of Pentacles. They don't need to put their income together with anyone else's. They don't need to have 10 of Cups. They're happy as they are. They can pay for whatever they need to by themselves. Okay, this person is attractive. They're abundant because they have it all already, just as a single entity. So when that's reversed, it's someone that doesn't want to be single. If you add a pentacle to this 9, that's 10 of Pentacles, isn't it? That's what you wanted with this person. It's what you want with this person, but you're not telling them. Do you feel like they would reject you? Do you feel like they're open to love, but they might reject you if you offer your love? That's so weird, the way these cards came out. They like came up, then they swung around, so they were upside down. The Empress and the Magician reversed. If they were upright, that would be so positive, because it's like, it would be like, I've got all the tools to succeed. Like, I am the Empress. I am like in charge. You know, I'm in control. I can make anything happen. You know, everyone comes to me. Like, luck comes to me. Abundance comes to me. People come to me. This is like, I don't have what I need to attract the right opportunities to me. You know, because the Magician has all 4 aces. He has all of the tools to succeed. But this Empress does not. they must be the Empress, because they don't have any other court cards. You do. You're showing up as the King of Swords. Do you feel like I feel like you think this person's emotionally unavailable. You know, they've got it all going on. You want to be in a loving union. You don't think they want to be, whether that's with you or anyone. You just see them like just enjoying life, like, you know, smelling the roses. Like, actually, they were the King of Cups, weren't they? They were the King of Cups, so who's the Empress? You're both showing up as kings. You're showing up as King of Swords, they're showing up as King of Cups. And you're both upright. So maybe you're the Empress and you just don't feel like you've got the tools to attract 10 of Pentacles when it comes to this person. Let's dig, because I do feel like it's you, because they just look like they're on another planet, like a space cadet, like they're not aware. They really don't look aware that you've got like the Chariot overturned, that, you know, you're the Five of Cups, because that's loss. 2 cards of loss there. And the Nine of Pentacles reverse is like, I don't want to be single. I want the 10 of Pentacles. Thank you very much. So I think you're the Empress reverse. Now, the Empress is a major arcana for Taurus and for Libra. So you could have that in your chart, or you may just feel like, why is this person not digging me? Why are they not? Right, they've got exit plan. Someone wants out, but they aren't making a move yet. Be prepared for sudden changes. Maybe you don't know everything there is to know about this person, right? Maybe they've been so quiet that you actually would be so caught off guard when you saw them making moves. But if they live at home, or if they live with someone, they're about to unshackle themselves. Okay, there's about to be a liberation. So if you didn't know that, you do now. Consumed. Extinguish doubt by having open communication. What did I say? You haven't spoken to this person in a while, so how do you know what's going on with them in their life? You don't. You're looking at it from the outside and you're guessing. Generally, when we're trying to strive for certain goals, we don't need to update people on the daily about it. You might talk to people who directly affect, but you're not going to talk to your mates or your acquaintances or your go-to person, the person that you kind of like. You know, you might, if you're in love with someone, you might talk to them about it. Of course you might, but if it's early days or you're just acquaintances or you're just mates, you're not going to be talking about it constantly. Ooh, total drama action. You might see this person as like, in the past, there's been a lot of drama surrounding them, and then they've come into a period of like, maybe you feel like they've grown a lot, you know, because the Hierophant's upright, you've got the King of Cups upright. It's like this mellow vibe, like stopping and smelling the roses and just being abundant, like being calm, you know. But this person's planning to make moves that you're not aware of, and they're good ones, they're positive ones, but there's no drama anymore. they want a quiet life. They don't want drama, okay? They might have just thought drama is the way to be previously. What is going to be the nature of the connection then between Leo and the one that's showing up in this reading? Potentially a Taurus, but we don't know. Unbreakable love. This person has genuine love for you. You can overcome any issues that may arise. There's something deep that's growing here between you two. It's a slow burn, but sometimes they're the most solid kinds of love, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? When you maybe acquaintances for years, then you become almost like lovers and friends. Sometimes that's better than, jumping into dating and having a serious relationship, and it burns out quite quickly. But I don't think this is going to burn out. That's what your spirit team is saying. This person's always going to be in your life. I'm just reattaching my nail, sorry. We've had this before. We've had something like this come up before. I'm sure we have. Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. They think about you more than what you realise. Like, this person might not be communicating when they're thinking about you. Because you might think, oh my goodness, they don't even think about me. It's not true. It's not true. Okay, they're just not. If they are a Taurus, I'm Taurus and I'm very guilty of this, but I will think about people so much. I think about them like friends. I think about friends, family, ex-lovers. I think about people constantly. I never not think about people. I'm always thinking about someone, and I'm thinking really nice stuff, but I'm not telling them that I'm thinking about them. And I don't know if that's anything to do with being clairsentient or clairvoyant. I don't know. Not clairvoyant, clairsentient, or, sometimes I feel like I've communicated with people when I haven't. So it's difficult to explain, but because I spend time thinking about people, I don't ring them or I don't text them because I feel like I've been in touch with them. I feel like I've experienced their company. I'm still missing them, but I don't know how to articulate it, really. It's the opposite of what a person would guess, because they're probably thinking, oh, thanks a lot. I've got to get in touch with you. I've got to ring you up or send you a message or, sext you. But it's just it's not because I'd be delighted to hear from you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a bit of a limitation, but I think it's something to do with communicating on a different, in a different realm, not through words or texting or 3D ways. I think I just feel connected. I feel connected to people constantly, and I really value them constantly, but you'd never know that. If I got points for loving people by thinking about them and having them on my mind, I would be rich. Do you know what I mean? It's not because I'm not thinking about you, but no one knows that. How would they know that? Do you know what I mean? So I get it, but it's not because they're not thinking about you. Does that make sense? If being on this person's mind was currency, you'd be very, very rich. Does that make sense? What's that phrase to do with like rent when you're on someone's mind 24/7? Something to do with free rent. I don't know. I don't know. Right, I've lost my train of thought because I was rambling. Let's get messages from them. Because this is someone that you know, it's someone that you care about. Oh my god. Well, we know that the sex is good between you and this person. You definitely have a Taurus if that's good. You are right. Love is the answer. This is like unexpectedly romantic. You know, like, did you ever watch Dawson's Creek? The way that they were like always like distressed lovers that couldn't be together, and you know, there's always like a love triangle between Dawson and Joey and Pacey, and then Jem would get involved. And it was just like they were climbing into each other's windows. And it was like, well, they won't, they like Ross and Rachel and Friends, or like Romeo and Juliet, you know. Did you see that modern day version of Romeo and Juliet where it's Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes? That was so like romantic, but it's like so tragic, like they could never quite like get together. And then they ended up, well, in that they end up killing each other or killing themselves, don't they? He thinks that she's died, but she's like taking a thing to slow down her heartbeat. And then he like shoots himself or something like that. See, then she kills herself for real, I think. It's beautiful and terrible all at once. Like the spread. Right, let's shut up and get on with it. Let's get some advice for Leo, although I don't think you need any. You probably just need to. It's a slow burner, like, yeah, let's look at these ones first, because I feel like this will indicate like actions that you should take. These are they're a bit thin, these. It's like a thin deck. It's not easy to, you see how like squashy they are? It's not easy to like shuffle them. Oh my god, cute. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's within reach. Give it the time it needs. Maybe it's right not to rush this, okay? Just let this grow. Take a field trip. Do you know what this means to me? It's like, maybe you should plan something where you two go somewhere together, and you know, it's under the guise of like, it's just chilled, it's just hanging out. I'm thinking of loads of different options, like you go out for lunch, or you go out for dinner, or you go to the cinema, or you know, you go for a workout together, like, I don't know, just like chill together and see how easy it is. But you have to let it grow, you know? It's not about going into the friend zone, it's not about that, because they want to get you drunk, you know, and this person obviously has a lot of like, they're emotionally intelligent, they're King of Cups, and like, you know each other. You've probably, oh my god. You probably have had dealings with each other in the bedroom, and it's probably really good, but, you know, do some of the other stuff together as well. Because if you only just do things like that together, you know, they're only gonna see it as that, aren't they? All is okay. All that I feel is okay. I hold myself in love through the unsureness, the worry, doubt, anger, fear, anxiety, rejection, or overwhelm. I'm thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. These emotions are the very contrast. What's that? The very contrast that leads to my higher expansion. Oh my god, that's so weird. You've got expansion twice. Expansive. Every day I'm learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. You know what, Leo? I feel like you are, I've said this a couple of readings before as well, but it's all like this year. You're definitely maturing, and you know, like the lions that have the scars and everything from all the battles they've been through, they're war wounded, war weary, like people respect that. They respect that. If you just see like a young cub, it's cute. When you see like an adolescent, like a juvenile lion, you think, oh, you know, he'll be dangerous in a few years. And then when you see a grown lion, but it still looks like it's only just matured, you don't really trust it. You don't have faith in it. But when you get a battle worn one with scars and, you know, it's like, wow. And you see it with its lion cubs, you just, people have got time for that, do you know what I mean? So develop, like, enjoy developing yourself. Like, I think you know what I'm trying to say. Doing our best. We're all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Don't be hard on yourself. You're allowed to learn and to grow and to ascend, and the person that you are is not, you know, you haven't reached the end of your growth. You're probably near somewhere like near the beginning. And you're probably going to grow a lot in the next few years. So it's all to play for. This is not over. This is just beginning. We've done that. Let's do this one. Flow of life. Go with the flow of life, feeling the natural rhythm in a smoothness. I think what that's about is like, you know, when you don't impose deadlines on stuff, you still want an outcome, but you're not imposing like a deadline on it. It all feels much more tangible, much more within reach, much more possible. We don't freak out every little thing that happens. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you just go with the twists and the turns. Like imagine your stomach floating along a river. Just go with it. Let's see how this one plays out, you know? Be a little bit proactive, you know, like take a field trip. It doesn't have to be perfect. This person just enjoys being around you and they do miss you, they do think about you. They want to get you drunk, but I think they enjoy the other stuff that you got to offer as well, you know. It's nice. I don't often get nice readings like this. Let's get you some angel numbers. I think I'm going to pull you a crystal as well. I'll pull you a crystal card. 555, change. Encouragement, support, obstacle, battle, calling, restructuring, creative work. You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. 1616, readjustments. Overcoming obstacles, you've got that twice. Soulmates, romance, affection, support and comfort. So one's about work, the other one is about love. This one's about love and romance. Your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. On the horizon is the possibility of beginning a new romantic or platonic friendship, as well as a chance to begin life anew. Stop it. With a person from one's past, everything will fall to pieces. I'm sorry, is that not exactly what we've been saying? That's exactly what we've been saying. Oh my god, I love tarot. I literally love tarot. Ooh. I love tarot. Look how many different decks we've used. Oh, look. I can't cope. Hi. Michaela, hi. Right, I don't know why I want to pull you a crystal, because I feel like I want to. You know your major arcana is the strength card. It's about being emotionally strong, and I feel like you're learning how to do that. It's not a sprint this time, it's a marathon. Oh, they've pulled out loads for you. Sodalite, is that what that says? Sodalite. Oh my god, it's for your throat chakra. And you're trying to think about when to communicate how you feel about this person. Look. Venus, not solar, sacral chakra, to do with like courage, reproductivity, vitality, sexuality. Sapphire, the healing the heart chakra. Harmony. What does that say? I wish the text wasn't like this. Pre-night, it looks like. Pre-night with a H in it. For courage. Oh my god. What the hell is that? Apophyllite? What's that? Can't read it. I can't read it. Oh, thank you. It's this deck. It's this one. crystal healing card, chakra and universe, and then I'll find out more about the crystals now. I've got another deck that explains more about them. I can usually find them all. Is that what it says? Apophyllite. Again, that's the throat chakra, and then fluorite. Crown chakra, nice. For anger and spiritual awareness. Right, let's have a look and see if we've got any of them here. So what was it? It was sodalite, apophyllite, sapphire, fluorite. God, let's have a look. It's none of them. There it is. Apophyllite. See, that's a more accurate picture of what apophyllite looks like. You know what that makes me think of? Like candied fruit peel. Hear me out. You got your oranges, you got your lemons, you've got your limes. Apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Often sourced from enchanted India birthplace of Tantra, yoga, Nag Shampa. Never heard of that. Apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Oh, Leo. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, and pray. So if you've got a prayer room, or you like to do yoga in your living room, or you meditate on your bed, just keep it next to you for when you're meditating. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target, when you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth, when you feel like your but thoughts are dishonoring the innermost to you. Beam yourself up, way up. I like that. Apophyllite. You'll be able to find that on the internet. They got everything on the internet these days, haven't they? So the box for that one is, God, my room's a mess. Where's the box for that one? Oh, it's here. I should get all these off Temu, by the way, so you can get all these decks yourself if you want. I like that one because the photos are more true to life, and then it goes into a lot of detail about, you know, how to wear it and what it does, and yeah, different decks go well together. Is there anything else that we've got? We had fluorite, didn't we? And if I see it, I'll know it. We had fluorite, sapphire, howlite, what the heck's that? And sodalite. They might not all be here. Look, there's fluorite. Nice greeny colour. Fluorite can range from pale green to deep purple, Often it's both at the same time. Oh, that sounds lovely. It occurs all over the place, and it's good to vibe with when you're all over the place. When you're all over the place, okay? They're perpetually distracted, anyone with a vision worth sticking to. That's so nice. Oh my God, do you understand, like, spirits picking out different crystals to try and help you to stay focused, to not go off track, so that you can feel, like, secure in your vision and, like, have faith in the divine that everything's gonna work out. Where to put it, wherever you find yourself constantly tempted to check your phone. So put it near your Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi hub. When to use it, when you want to take an uninterrupted 20 minutes to meditate, an hour to finish a book, or a lifetime to concentrate on your unique calling here on Earth. Sharpen your focus. Gorgeous. Fluorite. Okay, I'm glad we found that one. Sapphire, that's another one. And sodalite, it's here. Okay. There wasn't anything else, was there? Oh, I'm happy because even if I just get some of them, I'm happy, but we've got all of them. Even apophyllite. So sapphire. See, I thought sapphires were only blue. Often blue, but sometimes pink or yellow. Sapphire, like ruby, is a variety of the mineral corundum. I'm learning words today, guys. With its peacemaking force field of sparkle energy, sapphire protects the vulnerable and squishy stuff inside from judgmental people and their unsolicited bullshit. Who needs it? Students of ancient wisdom. Where to put it? On your right middle finger, the finger of Saturn, Sapphire's associated planet. I'm learning so much from this. When to use it. When resentments are doing more damage to you than to those you're holding them against, enlist sapphire to call forth that old soul that resides within, i.e., the wisest part of you who couldn't possibly care less about what anyone else thinks of you. Find your tranquil place. Oh my God, I feel like I want some of that for myself. It's to go on your middle finger. Your middle finger of your right hand. That's where it's supposed to go. Sodalite. Okay. Well, that's pretty. I think I've got some of that, you know. I've got some of that in the crystals. Hang on. I think it's... I don't know if it's that, actually. I don't know if it is. I feel a bit silly now. Friends to the chronic meditator, sodalite, known by some as poor man's lapis, is a salty, deep blue stone speckled and striated with white calcite inclusions. Who needs it? Planners, producers, Virgos. Oh, my mum needs some of that. She's a Virgo. She plans everything. Where to put it? Whenever you do your best non-thinking. Oh, wherever you do your best non-thinking. When to use it? When you have a big decision to make, when you're 99% finished with a project but can't get your head around the last 1%. Okay, so when you're like frazzled from thinking and overthinking, this should help you to just get that job finished. Don't seriously give up. Oh, what's it saying? When you can't get your head around the last 1%, don't seriously give up. Meditate with sodalite. Abandon. Solution-orientated thinking. Surrender to your intuition. Okay, so that's when you need to like stop trying to logic everything out and go creative. Watch your problem get solved from someplace much deeper. Deepen your intuition. Okay, so you start to listen to your gut again instead of trying to micromanage everything. You go with your gut and things just come easier. Nice, I like it. Well, Virgo's had the longest wait, but there was something in there for Virgo anyway in the end. Right, I need to deal with all of this. So let's tidy up the crystal cards and then on to Virgo. And I'm going to stop at Virgo because it's really late now. And hi, Joanne. Do you know what? My back's cranked from sitting really far back from the desk, but I'd just like you to be able to see all the cards. That was such a sweet reading though. That was really nice. Because I feel like Leo's been having a crisis of confidence for a while, which happens to everyone. But I feel like you're going through such a huge phase of growth. And you really care about this person. I know you do. Because you wouldn't be trying to micromanage it if you didn't. Thanks for the love hearts. I've been noticing them coming through. It's appreciated when I'm sat here with like a really sore back. I'm glad people appreciate my efforts. Right, I'm going to move a bit closer to the desk because I'm going to do myself damage. Oh, there we go, slightly better. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in this 4th week of May 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Virgo's feeling, please. Forgotten to put the cards back. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love, guys. Okay, last quarter moon. Oh, with the 5 of Pentacles, that's a shame. Okay. See, this is feeling out in the cold. It's a loss of love. You see, like, the blizzard that's going on around her. She's trying to, you know, stay out the cold. She's shut outside of the church. You got the 5 of Pentacles because it's a lack feeling. It's a feeling of I don't have money or I don't have love. This person needs salvation. The last quarter moon is like in ancient times. If you imagine like yourself in ancient Egypt under the stars, the full moon was a source of comfort, you know, it's providing light. So then you would get a 3/4 moon, then a half moon, and then the last quarter moon, and eventually you would lose all of the light, okay, before the next full moon. So this is about reflecting on a period of time and not wanting it to end. You know, it's clinging on to someone from the past. It's 2 cards of sadness, 2 cards of loss, not wanting to let go. The Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords is someone who's watching and waiting. It's a card of observation, of spying. This is someone who's not, you know, they're not wanting to be seen looking. Okay. Right, the 2 of Swords upright. So this is when you bury your head in the sand and your body language is closed off, you know, arms crossed, blindfolded, not wanting to make a decision, not wanting to deal with it. It's a bit of a depressing scene, to be honest. Virgo, what on earth is going on here? I think you're debating whether to get in touch with someone because swords are communication and you're trying to get information about someone and you're holding on to the past. You feel like, you know, you're going without this person's company, this person's time, their money, their energy. You feel out in the cold, you know. Right, so let's see how they're feeling. They've got the 7 of Cups and the Hermit, so they could have recently pulled away. They could have recently pulled back and they're at a crossroads. They're assessing their situation and thinking, you know, which way do I go next? What is it that I want for myself? What do I care about? And they're looking within. It's not that they're getting the answers from other people. The Fool realizes that he must walk this part of the journey alone, okay? The answers lie within him. He's not going to get the answer of what he wants by asking other people, what do I want? He knows what he wants, okay? Or if he doesn't, then he needs to have a think about it and decide. So this person's at a crossroads, and they may have pulled back recently to sort of reassess what they want to do about the situation. So no wonder you're spying on them, and no wonder you're like trying to act like this hasn't happened, you know, and feeling out in the cold. That's really sad. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I laughed, actually, because that's not nice. I sometimes do that to, like, you know, make light of stuff because it gets a bit heavy. The Magician reversed. Why have they got the Magician reversed? They may feel codependent. They may be tempted to hang around because they don't know what it would be like if they were to go out on their own. You know, because the Magician has all 4 aces, but this person does not. There's something missing that they feel that they need to succeed. I mean, the Ace of Swords is clarity, revelation, so maybe they're just missing that, you know, like they don't have clarity. Let's see what else comes out. The 5 of Swords is, it's arguments, verbal disagreements, conflicting thoughts. They don't know what they want. That's really weird. After I said they don't know if they've got the tools to succeed, they might be missing the Ace of Swords, lack of clarity. They're so confused. They're really mixed up. Thank you for the likes, guys. Right, in the outcome, interestingly, we've got the 9 of Cups. So let's see what else comes out with that. Now, the 9 of Cups is someone who's like secure within themselves. They're happy, they're contented. They literally couldn't care, you know, less. Like they're just happy. They're satiated. They've got what they need to feel abundant, like emotionally satisfied, okay, as a single person. Okay, that's just giving me clarity, just saying that out loud. The Knight of Wands, very sexual energy. The 3 of Wands, on the move, actuating, you know, what they've been thinking about. The Moon reversed, well, that's the Major for Pisces. When it's upright, it's knowing that even though we're scared, we must do it anyway. This person's scared. The 10 of Swords. It's like someone dreams about being wild and free and, you know, being sexual and dangerous and spontaneous, but then they feel terrified. They're absolutely terrified. I mean, why on earth have we got the Moon reversed and then the 10 of Swords? Like, someone's completely fearful. They're totally afraid. Are they worried about being judged? Maybe they're worried about hurting you. I think they're worried about hurting you. That's the reason most people stay, isn't it? They don't want to deal with the guilt. But that's not, you shouldn't be with anyone out of guilt. It's hard, it's horrible breaking up with someone, but it's much worse for them than it is for you, so you need to just do it. Let's get one more, because they were a combination. I mean, the 10 of Swords is the end of a cycle, so it does suggest an ending. It's the end of a painful cycle. And they're showing up as single, so it's like, do you know what I mean? 9 of Cups upright is like, I'd be happy just to not be in a connection. Yeah, Page of Pentacles reversed. When I see a connection coming to an end and then I get this, it's like someone, you know, like with a bank account just withdrawing money. That's what this is. It's like I'm withdrawing time, money, and energy from an existing connection. I'm closed off to love. I just want to be a Knight of Wands, just running around, you know, not kind of exclusive with anyone, not responsible for anyone, just going about, you know, my life in wild abandon, like taking action. Hi, Mikey. They want out. I'm sorry, there's no other way to read this. They want out of this union. Hopefully you've just been dating this person, you're not married. Even though that is horrible still, it is horrible, but married or like, you know, if you're living together for a few years, that's the same as being married. Don't care what anyone says. It hurts like hell. What's the nature of this connection? Pay attention to signs. The synchronicities you've been noticing are not coincidences. It's a bit cryptic, isn't it? Right, why have they got the Magician reversed? What are they afraid of? Secret past, skeletons in the closet, not telling the whole story. This... Oh my god, I wonder if they've already started, like, exploring their options. Or they were a Knight of Wands previously and, you know, they miss being like a Knight of Wands. Doesn't mean they've done anything behind your back, because we haven't got the Seven of Swords here, which is lying, cheating, stealing. They may just have the thought, you know, that like they miss being wild and free, like a Casanova or whatever the female version of that is. It's really sexist, isn't it, to just have like a male version? They might miss being a hussy. Okay. Don't know how else to say it. Hanging on. Release the past and let yourself love again. Legacy's rebirth. Honour history's remains to restore and breathe life into forgotten tales. Love's disguise. Go beyond superficial looks and see who they truly are. Oof. Consumed, extinguished out by having open communication. They could be a self-sabotager, because if they're used, you know, like when people just run around having superficial connections, they just have sex with people that never develops into anything too serious. Even if you're disappointed that something comes to an end, you're not deeply hurt and scarred by it. So like this person, if there's been arguments or you've been having problems, they may be tempted to self-sabotage and end the connection, because then it's like, now I get into the bit where it's lighter and it's not heavy again, you know? Like they miss just being carefree and stuff being frivolous and fun and promiscuous. Because then you're not really, you know, like when you get into this kind of shit, it ain't fun. It's scary, it's hard, your heart physically hurts, it is painful, you know? It's like you dry swallowed 2 aspirin, like you get lumps in your throat, your chest hurts, you're not breathing properly. It's hard caring about someone this much. So they may just miss, you know, running around, keeping it light, the good old days. I don't know if you're asking me, Mikey, or you're asking people in the chat, but I am from the northwest of England, near Liverpool. I don't know where everyone else is chatting from. Oh, right, let's get on with this. I've had a long few hours here, haven't I? 3 hours we're coming up to. And I did a couple of hours earlier. It's all them crystals that Leo was getting. We'll blame it on Leo. Oh God, Spirit is annoyed then. Oh shit. Knowing they fucked up. Sex shop. What the hell? Maybe they have been cheating. Did they cheat? There's an issue here to do with sex that is just sex, it's not intimacy. They're deep in contemplation about something, and there might have been a lot of arguments, verbal arguments, disagreements, and then we've got the Ten of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. They could have sabotaged this connection. They could have treated you like you're just an option. You might not be in a serious relationship, but they may have let you think that it's going somewhere, and then just pulled the rug from under you, and you're like, what on earth is going on? There could be a love bomber. If they are, they're gonna get karma for this, because Spirit doesn't really like behavior like that. If you're honest with people, that's one thing, but if you mislead them on purpose to get something like that, and then it really hurts them, karma doesn't need an address. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need an address. Like, it's coming for your ass. Like, because that's really toxic behavior. Self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. I think they're doing shadow work because they've got the Hermit card upright at the top. This person is reflecting, like, in a healthy way on all the shit that they've done to you and to other people. They may confess to what they've been up to. They may have got exposed. Or they may blurt out, like, that they're not really happy, like, where this is going, and you're like, what's going on? Like, everything's been fine, and they're just, like, stressing out because they don't want to be... Oh, wait, I didn't get messages from them. They don't want to be, like, committed. They don't want to be exclusive. They don't want to, you know what I mean? They're getting the ick from, like, the sense of commitment or whatever. Let's get messages from them. Be more selfish. Okay. That's rude. I'm too afraid to talk. Or what have they been up to? I don't like this. I don't want to lose you. They know when they tell you something that you're gonna feel like this. And it's to do with sex. It's to do with being a Knight of Wands and going to a sex shop. You know, fucking up. Being self-indulgent, self-satisfied. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's you withdrawing your investment from this situation because they're totally not ready for it. You deserve, you know, someone who's going to be faithful, or, you know, be honest that they're not into monogamy or they're not into being exclusive right now. I don't understand why people love bomb. They're obsessed with themselves, like making other people be upset over them. They need to get over themselves, don't they? Make space for it. Being yourself is sacred. So if anyone wants to cross your boundaries, if anyone's trying to get you to agree to, you know, something casual and that wasn't what you wanted, don't say yes. Okay? Take yourself away from it. Cultivate stillness. When you get a distance from this person, I think you're going to feel a lot better quite quickly. You've got your head together. It's all for a reason. Be clear about what you want. There's a real need to draw out your boundaries here, Virgo. There's a real need for that. They've got selfish, self-indulgent, fucked up. I don't want to lose you. Well, I'm sorry. You've got be yourself, cultivate stillness, be clear about what you want. It's for a reason. Make space for it. That's like pull back. Don't try to micromanage the situation. Create space, like move away from it. Like take a good few steps back from this. I feel quite protective of you and I don't normally get like that. It's clairsentience. I'm probably feeling what, you know, a loved one that's passed on is feeling towards you. Don't normally get that invested. It's not personal. People's reactions or opinions of me are really not about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. Okay, so if this person gets really shirty or you're just not impressed with like how they've behaved, cling on to the rage, okay? Don't start to feel sorry for them. Don't start to make any excuses for them. And don't think for a second that you're not enough. It's their issues. Some people just don't know what they don't know what they've got in front of them. You know, like they walk past treasure all the time. I'm gonna get you some crystal cards as well as angel numbers because I think you need it. Sacred moments. Seize sacred moments to experience precious revelations in life. Okay, so there's something about taking several steps back from the situation, getting your head together, and, you know, going on a spiritual journey solo. This one's not invited, okay? promise me they are not invited. Yeah, let's get you some angel numbers first. Lucky shirt 0330. Love, peace, hope, and optimism, transferring responsibility to others. Progress, creativity. Pursue your goals and get what you want. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals. Act on your idea, 0220. Realistic and practical approach. Or is it realistic and practical approach goals? Divine timing, ambition, cooperation, and discipline. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. 1616 readjustments, overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support and comfort. Support and comfort, I think, are the ones that resonate on there, aren't they? Right, let's get you some crystals from Spirit. Celestite and amber. So amber is for your sacral chakra. It's to give you courage. Okay, put fire in your belly. And celestite, it's about being merciful. Okay, have mercy on other people. They are lost souls. They really don't, have the foggiest what their behaviour does to beautiful souls like you. Let's have a look and see if we've got celestite and amber. This is a different deck, but I got it because it's got really more clear pictures that are true to life of the crystals, and then it's got a really big breakdown of how to use them and what they mean. There's celestite. What was the other one? Amber. There it is. So celestite actually looks like that. How pretty is that? It says it's a blue-grey. It's a delicate sulfate mineral with airy, buoyant blue cotton candy vibes. It gets its name from the Latin word for heaven. Oh yeah, celestial, celestite. And if you close your eyes and ask nicely, maybe it will take you there. Who needs it? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. As a calming adornment, put it as a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. when to use it, when it's time to stop and really listen. With Celestite as a guide, you might be surprised what you hear. Oh my god, I love that. That's pretty, isn't it? Now that I know what it means, I think I want some of that. There you go, there's amber. Beautiful amber. Of way ancient origin, amber is not a rock but a fossilized tree resin with a sugar-sweet energy telegraphed by its golden honey and maple syrup hues. Amber promotes a feeling of warmth and well-being from first blush, and armchair paleontologists love the dinosaur-era bugs sometimes caught inside. Who needs it? Tree people, old souls, anyone gearing up for a long dark winter. Where to put it? Any room you want to convert into a sunroom. When to use it? When you need a metaphysical hug from the universe, call on Amber's cuddly, electric blanket vibes and cozy up. Recharge your good vibes. Oh, I love that. Right, you're definitely in good company with the universe, okay? Even though that was the vibe before. Just remember, it's not personal, okay? Other people's fuck-ups are not your fuck-ups. You know, this is just an adjustment, but you need to have your boundaries. This person's not invited on whatever you're doing next. And, you know, hugs from the universe, follow your better judgment, your intuition. You are, you know, going on to bigger and better things. Be clear about what you want. Ask the universe and your angels, you know, for someone with the qualities that you truly deserve and need and require from a loving, healthy, loyal connection. Take care, Virgo. I hope this resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, and I'm going to go to bed. See you in the next one. I will, I'll do the other signs tomorrow. So I've now done half of the signs. I've done Aries, 3 to Virgo. I need to do Libra, 3 to Pisces. All right, take care. I'll see you in the next one.